Hey guys, I was putting up the premier fencing. It started to rain, but I did get it done, and the chickens have been down here for a couple days now. This is our garden area. There's the premier fencing. It's pretty big. We got a big one. It's all up and it's been working. The chickens have been staying in here. But they don't have a house in here yet. So today, I'm going to build an A-frame chicken tractor. I gotta find the wheels. I watched some of the different videos on them, and I think I got it down. Just a basic, simple design. I have the tin already. I have lumber that we bought the other day that I got picked up yesterday, and I have the chicken wire that I'll use. I know I have some hinges around that I can use for the door. So let's get to work. There's my load of lumber sitting back of the truck still. I went to Lowe's and picked it up yesterday. I just went with pine. They say it won't last too long. We'll see. I mean, if we get, 3-4 years out of it, it should be okay. It's going to be covered with the tin, so it won't be getting that wet, except there is going to be, the bottom's going to be on the ground. I didn't want to go with I didn't want to get pressure treated because I wasn't sure what effect it would have on the chickens if they ever started pecking at it or something. So I didn't want to get that. I didn't want anybody to get sick, or any of the chickens to get sick. So I just got regular pine. And if I need to replace something down the road, a year or 2 or 3 years down the road, that's fine. I'll just replace it. It's going to be, I'm going to make most of it, the roofing, out of tin that I had left over. So this project isn't going to cost me a lot. It cost me so far about $70 just for the wood. The wood and the chicken wire. The chicken wire is about $17, so it's still under $100. It was $70 for the wood, and then $17 for the chicken wire, and I have the tin and stuff like that. So let's build a chicken tractor. Alright, so I got some of my pieces cut. As you can see, those are my first pieces for the floor, for the bottom. It's not going to have a floor. Those are the first pieces for the bottom. And I want to make it 6 by 6. I left 2 of my bottom pieces long. I left them at 8 feet because I have a plan for those, and I'll show you that later. But first, I got to pre-drill some holes. Alright, so I got the base down. It's 6 by 6. You see, I left the 2 long. That's where I'm going to put my handle. I get that screw out. So my internal dimension is 6 by 6, which gives us 48 square feet. I'm also going to make it 6 feet high. Now when you cut your interior ones, you have to cut them at, you don't cut them at 6 feet, you would cut them at 5 feet 9 inches. You leave off the 3 inches, the width of the 2x4s or 2x3s, whatever you used. I used 2x3s in this case. And now I have to cut my top beam. I'm going to do one top beam, and then for my 2x3s I got 1, 2, my 4 corners, and then I bought 2x2s for my interiors, or not my interiors, but my inside ones, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But you see where I left it long there? That's going to be so I can put a handle on it, and I'll put wheels on the back. See right there? See, I can put wheels on the back so that I can easily move it. Alright, so I'm ready to cut my corner pieces to stand up to make my A-frame. I'm going to cut them at 22.5. I was thinking 45 was going to be the cut at first, but 45 is just going to be too much. So I think 22.5 will do. I'm going to make them 6 feet. So let's get that done. So I got my 4-bar cut at an angle on my chop saw. I never turned the blade on the chop saw. I always kept it in the same direction, heading this way. And instead of keep on moving the chop saw blade back and forth, all you got to do is flip your piece of wood to the opposite direction, flip it the opposite way, and make your cut. Just make sure before you cut that it's the right way. Sometimes I'll mess up and I'll be like, oh wait, I didn't mean to cut that. And you know, it happens. And another thing is, I had to dig out another tape measure. One of my older ones, because if you're like me, I always leave one place, and I left my other one back in the garden where I was working on the house at. So when I got over here to make my cut, I didn't have it, but luckily I had a backup in my tool bag. Saved me a walk over there to pick up my other one. But I am wearing this pouch so I could keep my tape measure in it. I just always forget to put it in it. Ugh. Alright, so I got the framing part done, pretty much. I'll show you that. I used 2x3 for my end post, and I used 2x2s for my piddles. They're just screwed together. Alright. And they're spaced out 24 inches apart. You know, 24 inches from here to the inside there. So it's 24 from the outside here to the inside there. That way, my pieces will fit. Watch. See? They fit on perfectly. Now those aren't the pieces I'm going to be using. I was just testing it out. But here's a faraway shot. Now I gotta work on the interior. So I'll be back. everybody. I had to go and pick up 3 more 2x4s. I'm going to build an external egg box, you know, hen house. Well, an external place where they can lay their eggs with an opening from the back so you can get the eggs out. So I'm going to build that, and then I'll attach that. Now, I already cut up some of my wood for it, but I have some more cutting to do. Alright, so I got my pile of wood. See on the table saw? And down there, this is for the egg house. It's going to be an external house, like I said, and I'm just going to build it right now. Alright, so I got my wood cut. This is going to be for the nesting box. It's going to be an external box, and it will be on the outside. So I'm going to put that together. Daisy came over to supervise. Say hi, Daisy. Say hi, Daisy. All right. Show you what I got done so far. In here. It doesn't look much difference. And there's Daisy. She's supervising. But I did get the nesting boxes on. And I am going to put tin over it, and I'm going to overhang the tin. So this I just had left over. So it shouldn't be a big deal. And there's the inside. I made it for 2 birds to go in, you know, with the divider in there. And I'll put some straw in there for them. And I'm getting ready to put on the roosting bars on the inside. And then I'll do the tin. See, there's the roosting bars there. And then I'll start the tin. And I have a plan for the tin, which hopefully will help with some of the ventilation. But they should have plenty of air, because a lot of the, you know, the front and this side's going to be covered with chicken wire. So let's get at that. Daisy's here inspecting the work. I think she's complimenting me on the job well done. Either that or she's trying to tell me to change something. I don't speak pig Latin. Okay. So I've been putting in some roosting bars. And that's almost done. I got one more to do on this side. There we go. What are you eating? You find something to eat? I think Daisy found something to eat. Hamilton might be getting upset. Where you going, Daisy? All right, another step down. You can see the size of the door when I was going in there. It's pretty small, so it's good to have a small child around you. You know, if you have small children, they can just go in there and get stuff out. Maybe there's an egg that fell out or whatever. Maybe they just decide to lay eggs in the corner. I don't know, but she can, or he can, go in there and get them out for you. So, small children, small door, plus. All right, progress on the coop. I got the door built. The door is built, installed, and installed with the chicken wire. Now, whenever I build a door, see, it's fully functional. It's a fully operational door. Whenever I build a door, I make it a 1/2 inch smaller than my opening. As you can see around it. So my opening was 18, I made it 17.5. And I just put the extra braces in there for support. And I already got the chicken wire stapled on. So, my next step on this job is I'm gonna do the chicken wire. The front and the back are gonna have chicken wire, and the sides are gonna have my tin. I have the tin pulled out. I just gotta cut it and bring it down here. But that's not next. My next step is to get the chicken wire on. So let's do that. So I did the whole back, and now I just got to do my sides. Those I'm gonna do with tin, and I'll show you how to cut that. Let's go. All right, I'm usually not a backwards wearing hat type of guy, but I gotta wear this mask to cut this. And I'm usually not the most safest person, but I really have to wear this mask. This stuff is nasty to cut. It will spark up and get in your eye. Ugh, it's no fun. But I'm gonna cut 2 pieces at a time. I need 6 pieces. I've got my measurements, I got it laid out. So, let's rock and roll. All right, there's 2. 4 more to go. All right, so I got the pieces cut, and I got one side on already. I'll show you that. That's it. There's the other 3 pieces, so I'm gonna put those on. And I'll show you how I do that. If you want to watch. All right. Okay, it's pretty much done. You can see it. The one thing that I have to do is I have to put a latch on the door and I have to put wheels on. I have wheels somewhere. I'm not quite sure. I didn't lose any fingers while I was using a table saw or chop saw. That's a good thing. I didn't get any metal in my eye when I was using the grinder. Another good thing. And let's take a look at it. So there's my A-frame. A lot of recycled, well, just the sides. Just the metal is recycled materials. Here's my door. Like I said, I'm gonna need a latch for that, but I think I could get the chickens in there and just use a shim to keep it closed, keep critters out. I'll have the electric fence on. So there it is. The tour. They should have plenty of ventilation. You know, I did leave a little space at the top, and I have to cover that. That's another thing I have to get. I have to get a covering for that. Maybe I'll make my own out of just some pieces of metal that I have and loop it over. But it's getting a little bit dark, and I can do that anytime. But I think not a lot of rain's gonna get in there unless it's pouring. And they do have shelter where they can, you know, go in on at the sides. And here's their nesting boxes. So they have that, and I covered that with some metal. What you gotta do is come, open that, grab out the eggs, and you're done. Tuck some of that stuff in. Yeah, all that's chicken wire. Chicken wire and the tin. And I think I used 12, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I bought 2 more, 9, 10. I bought 3 more, 11 2x4s and 8 2x2s. 2x2s I split to make some of the perching areas. I just split those. I'm hoping that's gonna work out. I think I just split one to make it, but I had enough scraps that we're doing a little fire on the porch tonight. We'll burn all the scraps off. All right. Well, I've been at it all day. That probably took about 8 hours to do. It's probably about 6:30 now. I think I started about 10:30. It's starting to get dark. And normally it gets dark about 6:30. Hamilton, I can hear him. See, there he is. Up on the hill in the goat pen. He's ready for dinner. And usually after he has dinner, he goes right to bed. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something. If not, I don't know what to tell you. If not, maybe you're smarter than me, which probably could be true. But I hope I did teach you at least one thing. If it wasn't something of the utmost importance, maybe it was something of what not to do when you're building a chicken tractor. All right, guys, have a good one. Next time you see it, it will have the chickens in it.